Good afternoon and welcome to this week's Elliott Wave Forex and Cryptocurrencies Analysis webinar. I hope you all had a wonderful week because I had a great one myself. The market is still trending. We're making money. Whether it trends or not, we know how to trade it. So it's been going very well. We have been making money, and if you've been following these webinars, you should be making money too. Okay, so most of the trades, almost 95% of the trades that we discuss here have been playing out to the peep. So I hope you're profiting from these webinars. Okay, so let's get started. First things first, just don't forget about the timestamps. The webinar is about an hour and a half. So you don't have to watch the pairs that you're not interested in. So if you're only interested in specific pairs, just go to the video under the description. You click on show more, and you will see that each and every pair that I analyze here has been linked. So which means whichever pair you click on, it will take you right where the analysis starts. And I also make a few comments here on the pairs. Okay, so this was the last time when we had trade of the week. This is actually the trade of the last 2 weeks. Last week, trade of the week was pound AUD, as you will see when we discuss the rest of the pairs. So I do make a few comments here. I'll try to put in more. I just need to have some time to do that. But it's been going very well, and this works amazingly well. Right. Back talking about the cost, the next cost, I always have to put the date up so I can tell you the right date. Otherwise, I don't want to mislead you. So the next cost is from the 9th to the 13th, from the 9th of July. So that's when the course starts. So registration is already open. Don't register soon so you don't get disappointed. I only take a maximum of 25 people, nothing more, because I need to be able to manage the group. So if we reach the quota, we don't take any more, and you will have to attend the following course. Okay, so if you need any information about the course, you have to send me an email. I do not have time to talk about the course here. Although you will see on briefly how we work. We've got a group on, we've got a trading workspace on Slack, and that is how we work. And you will see a bit of what we do in our group. Okay, so it's not just a 5 days course. The 5 days is basically purely theoretical, and you stay with me for the next 2 years after the course, because I don't expect you to be a pro waver in just a matter of 5 days. It's virtually impossible, depending on experience though. There are some that are faster than others, they pick up faster than others. There are a few people that have caught on very fast with the theory, and it also depends on experience. We've got traders in the group that have been trading for 10 years that actually appreciate this course. So sometimes experience, I mean, it's not about the length of the experience, it's about the quality. So a 10 years experience can be relative to equivalent to 1 year or 6 months experience, depending on what you've been doing. Okay, so people with 10 years experience in the course, they actually appreciate this. One of the most well-structured courses, even if I have to say so myself. I'm getting great feedback from the members. Thank you. Everybody likes it, so I would not lie. Otherwise, they'll call me out if I did lie. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Let's start with a recap. Okay, so today I'm not going to talk about Fibonacci. I'm gonna give you a brief. I'm going to talk a bit about trend lines, but before we talk about trend lines, we need to do a recap of some of the trades that we were looking at in the last week. Okay, so we're going to go for it now. Trade recap. Let's see, where do we start? Okay, let's start with this one. Euro US dollar. You can see that this has been going well so far, and we forecasted 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're looking for the 5th move. I need to draw it properly. Just excuse me, so I can do it in the right degree and the right color. So you can see here, we've been forecasting that we're going to have a lower degree wave 4, a lower degree wave 5, and then we're going to get a bigger degree wave 5, wave 4, and a bigger degree wave 5. Okay, I will update this as we start. And in case if you are familiar with your charts, you know that this has played out. This has played out. The bottom chart is the dollar index actually, and you know that all these waves have played out. Okay, so what is the difference between a pro waiver and a beginner or an amateur waiver, a beginner will be able to come and put in the numbers here. It's easy. Anybody can put in the numbers after it has played out. Okay, what separates traders from amateurs is the right-hand side of the chart. You need to focus to what is going to happen on the right-hand side of the chart. Here, there's nothing happening here. Anybody can come and label here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so people can even have a lot of discussion about the data that they have here. So here is what makes traders, okay, being able to focus the right-hand side. What's going to happen next? That is what makes a trader. So you can see here, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're looking for the 5th move. All of them focused way before time. Okay, right. So let's look at this is how it played out. So this just this I showed last week. It has now done this move, wave 5. As you can see, all those waves that I was talking about, they had not played out until last week. 4, 5 in green, now a bigger 4, and then 5 here. So now we're going to update and see what is going on here. I've got some ideas as to what is going on here, so we're going to update that. That is euro US dollar. Right, and latest one, one of the most amazing ones, one of those 10 lot size trades, similar to AUD US dollar. We've been getting a lot of this. These are the trades that gets you rich. Now, triple, quadruple your accounts. They have no choice but to go to the blue box. Okay, so this is EURCAD. As you can see, we're just waiting for a correction and for it to come into the blue box. You will see as I go to the chart how this actually plays out into the blue box with a spike. I don't even know what the news was. There was news, it comes in here and it is now dropping. Okay, it is not dropping with that move. We've got a big reversal candle here within the blue box. And this is the next move that we are looking at now. That is that trade. You see, we took it here, just wanted a correction. Now in the blue box, look, it just spikes in here, just kisses the blue box, and now you've got that reversal candle there. Okay, amazing. So now we're looking for either this to come down here, but we're going to update once we do the charts now. Okay, as to what we think the next move is going to be. Okay, right. So that is EURCAD going very well. Pound CAD similar. You can see all of these trades are in our Slack group. We just wanted a correction and for it to come and kiss the blue box before it reverses. Did we know that there was going to be any news last week when we were analyzing this? No, we didn't. But what the chart was telling us, look at that, into the blue box and reverses. This is not hindsight. So now we're going to be looking at the next move. Okay, so even if the market is corrective, and it is corrective right here, this is a WXY move. Even if the market is corrective, and this is what gets a lot of traders. I know a lot of traders are losing a lot of money. I know this because I get a lot of inquiries about the course after the people have lost money. So I urge you not to lose money or to trade if you do not have the right knowledge and the strategy. Okay, so that is how that played out. Which one is this? This is pound CAD we just discussed. Okay, trade of the week. Trade of the week, one of those 10 lot size type of trades. Pound, this is pound. Okay, it's actually on the wrong channel. It's actually on the wrong channel because this is pound AUD. Okay. So this, we just wanted it to come into the blue box and reverse. Let's see how that plays out. We are now in the blue box. The reversal is not convincing. Okay, we are in the blue box, but we have reversed in there. So we're going to update as we do the market analysis now. Right, that is pound AUD. Right, so here's the thing. Some inquiries that I've got about how accurate is this training? Can you actually really get somebody trained and be able to trade the way you do? And the answer is simple. So to be able to answer that, I took one of my traders' charts. Okay, I took one of my traders' charts just to illustrate this point. This is not my chart. This was the chart from one of my traders in the group who was calling out. He was literally screaming, "Take this trade." Hey, Harry. He was literally screaming, "Take this trade." You can see. And we were looking at the blue box magic. Right. So how does that go? Next as it was going, he updates again that it's going, guys. It's going. We're in the trade. Okay, it's going. There we go. Okay, this is not me. It's not me. And look what happens. I was trading the euro. This is all the CAD pairs. I was trading EURCAD and EUROPOUND. He was doing AUDCAD, and look how this plays out. Right into the blue box, and now we've got the reversal. Okay, so this is not me doing this. It's the traders in the group. So we've got experienced guys in the group who know what they're doing. So this is well done, and you don't have to rely on signals. You can just get the right training and be able to do this on your own. Okay. So another one that we looked at last week was New Zealand US dollar. This we just wanted to get continuation to the downside, which has done exactly that. That is that continuation to the downside. You can see it just missed the 123 here by my measly few pips, but that's fine. So we're gonna update what's gonna happen next. Okay. Right. So this all happens in our group. So lastly, I need to give you an update as on this Indian stock. This is Sun Pharmaceutical and the NSE. As I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, there's a trader from India who asked me to look at this pair for them when they joined the group. So I don't trade this, I just did this just to show that the wave principle applies to any market. So this is Sun Pharmaceutical, NSE. This was the analysis. This is what we're looking at, and we're looking for this to go. So if you look the latest chart on this, I'm gonna go to the platform because I don't have the latest one. So we're gonna go here and just put in the Sun Pharmaceutical and see how that is going so far. Sun Pharma. Okay, you can see that's in the NSE. Look what is happening. This is the analysis. This is the break that we're looking for. It is going. Okay, it has now made a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm expecting a big one, a big wave 2, and then this will keep going. It will keep going. Okay, so the wave principle, when you know what you're doing, it applies to any market, and you can be very profitable with this strategy. Okay, all right, so let's get back to the market. So next week, there is a pattern that I'm gonna show you. I cannot discuss it here before I discuss it with my traders. So next week, look out for that. We're going to be discussing a pattern that is not so common. I know most of you, almost 99% or 98% of you would not have heard of that pattern that Elliott developed. It actually explains a lot of things, but I have to discuss that pattern with my traders first to give them the privilege. I cannot come and discuss it here before we discuss it with them. All right, so let's get back to the market analysis. Let's start with our pairs. Euro US dollar and the dollar index. Right, so what is next for Euro US dollar and the dollar index? Okay, we've located all those waves in the green degree and in the red degree, and now we need to see what the next move is. I'm going to remove the dollar index. Whatever we discuss on the euro, it is the inverse on the dollar index. So I'm going to go back to one chart, and then we're going to look at Euro US dollar. Right, so two things can happen here with the Euro US dollar. It's going to be tricky, so we need to expect both possibilities, but they do not change the bias. Number one is that we have located a wave 5 that is truncated here. That is option number one. Let me switch this off so we can indicate this. So this will be our wave 3 here in red, and this will be a wave 4 here in red. If this, and it looks like it's going up to retest here. Okay, first move, if you are not already in this trade, you are going to look to enter here and target here, because this could be the 1, 2, 3 move that gives you a wave 4, and you're still going to get a wave 5. Number one. Right. Number two is this move here. Either this has made a truncated fifth here, and we are going for an ABC move. And if this is an ABC move, it may be a little bit deeper like that. So then that will mean that this is your wave 3, this is your 4, this is your 5, done, and then you are going for a retracement that is retracing all of this move here. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So those are the two things. If there is no truncation here, because this is tagging here, either this is truncated or it's busy making a regular flat. Either way, you can see it does not change your bias. You're going to take here, if you're not in the trade yet, you're going to target that level. And if it keeps correcting after this, then you know that you're going for an ABC move, and you can actually locate this as your wave 5. For now, you cannot confirm, because it can be a wave 5 or it can be the second leg of the regular flat. Okay, so that's how you look at it. It's exactly the same on the dollar index as well. All right. Pound US dollar. Okay, pound US dollar. So the pattern that I want to discuss next week explains this structure that we're looking at, this very complex looking structure on pound US dollar. Okay, I don't know if you've seen anybody who has labeled this structure, and this will be explained properly next week when we look at this chart. So for now, it makes total sense. You're getting a 3-wave move up, and then we started to move to the downside. But there is a bit of a discrepancy with this structure here. Okay, so this is the part that we're going to discuss next week. Okay, but either way, so we are starting to look here to be making a V pattern, so we're gonna get another bounce to the upside. If you look at all the pound pairs, this is the only one that has not really gotten a bounce to the upside. So pound AUD, pound CHF, pound CAD have got a bounce to the upside, but this one has not got a bounce, so it's probably lagging behind. So at some point, we must get a bit of a bounce to the upside. So what are we looking for in the next week? So let's just go to the 4 hour. Right, so on the 4 hour, you'll be looking for this to make a correction here, and then you get a move to the upside. Okay, so that's what you're going to be looking at. First, retrace this. So this may not be all. It may give you another one and another one, making this a big sideways correction. But let's not complicate it. For the next week, let's look for a correction here. If you get it and it builds up like that, then you're taking this trade minimum that level. Okay, just keep an eye on that one. You've got an impulse so far, and all you need here is a correction. Right. So US dollar CAD, US dollar CAD, same. I don't know why I did not put it on the trade recap. I think that's because I have not been trading this one to the upside. I've been trading EURCAD and pound CAD. All right, so but it is available for members who have been trading it in the group. So similar to the rest of the pound pairs, you can see what happened into the blue box, and now we've got this move to the downside, and now we're looking for a correction. For all the CAD pairs, we are looking for a correction and then continue downside. Okay, that's what we're looking for on this pair. So here is another thing that you need to look at here on this pair. I'm going to switch off and show you a different bias. I don't know if we'll be able to see. Let's do it. Look at it on the daily. This could be a very nice diagonal triangle. So there's a difference between a corrective triangle and a diagonal triangle. So look at this here. So there's a possibility that this has made this. You can see that it broke the top here. We'll explain that in a bit. And this is that. And if we're looking to label this, then this will be a 1. This will be a 1. This will be a 2. This will be a 3 here. This will be a 4. This will be a 5 that breaks up here. Okay. A throw over. And then we're going to be looking for a move like that. Okay. Depending on what this structure is starting, this will be a 1, 2, or it can be an A, B, C move. Okay. So either way. So now we're looking for this drop here to the downside. We're looking for the drop. Okay. So let's just check something quickly here. I just want to make sure of something here regarding these waves here. Okay, I'm just checking if wave 3 is longer than wave 5, because it is a requirement that wave 3 must be longer than wave 5 in a diagonal. So, and it complies to the rule. So this could be another alternative count. So if this is going to drop here, we already have a reversal. If this is going to drop, it may drop in 3 waves. So it may even break through this trend line. Okay. All right. Let's clear all that. So now on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, let's look at the 1 hour, what you're going to look out for. You had what looks like capitulation. Capitulation in all the CAD pairs. Capitulation is the end of the sequence there, and then now you're dropping here. This drop does not mean anything as yet until it makes something like this. For now, this drop can simply just continue to the upside. So this is why we're going to have to keep an eye on this. There's nothing that stops this from continuing to the upside. So, but only if it gives you a clear correction like this, then you can take it down. Right, so that is USDCAD. So this pair also has that pattern that I'm talking about, and we're going to explain that pattern next week. There's a pattern that I want to discuss with my traders first before I discuss it on these free webinars. Okay, so that pattern exists here. There's a good reason that pattern exists here. One of the members already picked it up when I posted a chart like this. Okay, so let's carry on. That is USDCAD, USDCHF. Okay, so chief here, 2 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if that is the case, we've got 1, 2, 3 up. And this could give you a corrective structure back up and then back and then to the upside. So we need to watch. This one is not clear at this stage because a number of things can still happen here. But whichever one is going to happen. So here's the thing. Here's the confirmation that you look out for. Okay, before I show you what's happening within the structure, this is what is happening. Let me show you the overall daily structure. We are looking at this as a diagonal. This is a diagonal triangle. Okay, we're looking at this as a diagonal, as you can see there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So now we're looking for this ABC move. So how is this ABC move going to play out? I don't know if my chart is stuck there. Let me try again. Let me try to get another chart and back to that one. USDCHF. Let's see if it's going to work. Otherwise, I'm going to have to reset. Okay, let me reload it quickly. So guys, everybody happy so far? Great. We're looking for USDCHF. My chart has just been frozen. Should be fine now. Yes. There's so many trades for the next week. So this is the structure that I'm looking at, but it's got a number of possibilities. Here, I've just put in the one bias, okay, the one alternative. We've got a number of alternatives, and those alternatives are confirmed by structure, and we do not miss a trade even if we've got this structure wrong. So what we're going to wait for here, we're going to wait for continuation to the downside. If you get that continuation, you're going to be coming down here to retest that low, okay? Maybe it will come back up and then come back for this one. And if it does that, it will be giving you a clear, we've got 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 there, 1, 2, 3 there, giving you this as a big ABC move. A, B, C. And then we're going to carry on to go to wave 5. Remember, this is a diagonal that I showed you in the higher degree. This is a diagonal. Okay. Right. So this one, keep an eye. The only thing you can do here is wait when market opens and see what this builds up. We'll see during London how this looks. Okay. It can even do this. It can even do this. 1, 2, 3. So that anything can happen within a correction, but we will know which one is gonna give us. Pound chief, that is pound chief. We've done US dollar CAD. We'll do US dollar ZAR last. Let's do AUD US dollar. AUD US dollar. Let's go to the higher time frame. Also this one. That pattern that I'm talking about is starting to be very prevalent now. That's the thing. So when you know something, you are able to look for it. Okay. There, and then we start the drop. Okay. So now we're looking at this drop. We've got this, we've got that, and now we're looking for this to make another one like that. We've already broken this structure that was a WXY here. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3. It's a 7 swing sequence, and now we're looking for this one to start the move to the downside. Okay, so we're looking for continuation still here, but the market does not trend in a straight line. This is a daily. You see, on the daily, we still want this to push lower and lower. Okay, but it cannot just go lower and lower like that. So this is the 4 hour is upside for now. The 4 hour is looking upside. So this is what the 4 hour looks like. So you've got an impulse there on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, you're going to wait for a correction here, possibly retest that level. Not even that level, it could even just be the 50% of this. Because what could happen there is that that move to the upside just becomes a 3-wave pullback like that before it carries on to with the down move. Or it can even do this one before it goes, give you a regular flat. Either way, you're getting a pullback. You're going to take this up to that level, and you're going to wait for it to complete this whole structure for further downside. The move is not done. So all these US dollar pairs, the move to the downside is still prevalent. So you'll see that on the Euro US dollar, we're expecting the move to go and retest the top. AUD US dollar, this move to the upside to come here at least to the 61%. New Zealand, that's the one we're going to look at now. New Zealand, you'll see that it's got the same structure as well. Although the daily structure is still bearish. New Zealand, you've got a pulsing move. All the US dollar pairs have got pulsing moves to the upside. You're going to be waiting for these moves. So we don't know. I don't think that is the reversal. And we don't know if this is going to make an expanding flat. It does not look like, because this move is impulsive. So this can just make a move like that. It does not even have to do this one. It can even just go straight. Okay. So the next move you're looking for is this one. Same length as this one, minimum to that level. Okay, that's New Zealand US dollar. Right, US dollar ZAR playing out to the structure, to the pip. Following structure to the pip. Let's look at this. This is the stuff that most can actually label, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not my favorite, but it's the simple stuff. Okay, so here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in red, and then 5. Your 5 is extended. You've got extension in with 5 here. Okay, and that way extension is very clear. You've got 1, 2, you've got 3 there, you've got 5. Last piece here is wave 5. So even in the 1 hour, this wave 5 here, or 5 in red, is clearly extended. So now we're looking for the drop to the downside. Okay, everything is so clear. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in red. Under the red, you've got the lower degree, which is green. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all to the pip until we located wave 5 last week. Okay, wave 5 we located. If we go to the 1 hour, I don't know if I labeled this lower degree. If you go to the 1 hour, you will see that this last piece needed a lower degree as well. Can you see the wave 5? It was not going to be complete until we made this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Okay, so now that is now completed, and that is why you're getting this reversal. So this reversal is also a bit tricky. Does not mean you're going all the way down. So this reversal has started with a 3-wave move, not an impulsive move. So if it had started with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we're going to start looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go and make an A, and then a B, and then a C. But instead, it makes 1, 2, 3. In the lower degree here, you'll see that it's got 1, 2, 3. Here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is not going to be a simple correction. You can already see it. Right, so we're going to wait for a correction, a deeper correction here, for further downside, maybe get another one like that. Okay, so let's wait and see how this one plays out. So if we get a deeper correction here, you can keep selling this when you get smaller time frame correction, but at some point you need to get a deeper one. A deeper one is one that you can use to hop onto this trade if you're not already in, targeting this area around 13, 14, 13 rands, 1296. Okay, so that's what you're looking at on US dollar ZAR. And there's some correlation between US dollar ZAR and US dollar CAD. So this actually makes sense that we're coming to with the down move. Right, so that's US dollar ZAR, and that is all the US dollar pairs. Now let's look at the yen pairs. We start with pound JPY. Okay, so we've got this move 1, 2, 3 here. Looks like a 4 there. Okay, this cannot be a 4 because it breaks. It breaks there. It breaks this level. It breaks the wave 1, 2. So this cannot be a 1, 2, 3. It has already violated that. So that is a 3-wave move. 1, 2, 3. Right? So now we're looking at this as a 1, 2, 3 here. You've got a 1, 2. 1, 2, 3 correction, and then you've got a 1, 2, 3 that side. So now the question is whether this 1, 2, 3 is done and we are going down to come and retest this level. Okay. Right, so let's look at this. We're actually on the 1 hour. So we can look at the degrees here. So let's look at the lower degree. You've got 1, 2, 3 correction. 1, 2, 3. Now you've got a pulsing move down. So here, if you get this move here, you may be in for a nice big move to that level. Okay, that is if it does not give you this bigger WXY here and give you another move like this. But otherwise, you do not miss this move. When it gets to the same length as this one here, if you take this trade, here, and it gets to the same length as that one, you move your stop to break even. Because there's a possibility that this can just keep going, and there's a possibility that this can give you another W, X, and then a Y. But we know that we are able to trade these moves so easily. So we'll trade it up and we'll trade it down as well. But you don't want to miss it by not taking this trade here. There's a setup there, but this needs to complete. This needs to complete. Okay, right. So that is a 3-wave corrective move. Looking at the US dollar JPY. Okay, US dollar JPY. I actually have posted a correlation between US dollar JPY and gold here on TradingView. Right, but first things first, what are we looking at here? We are looking for this 1, 2, 3 there. You've got a pulsing move down. You're getting this correction. You're looking for this move to the downside. Let's go higher time frame and show you what I mean. 4 hour. In the 4 hour, we're looking for this move 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're looking for this one here. 1, 2. This corrects here, and then we're looking for this to come down. Minimum at least to this level. Okay, maybe even break here for an A, B, C move. Okay, then we'll expect the move to the upside. So what you will be waiting for here is this break here. So just be careful here, because if you look here, this still has not broken the top here. So there's a possibility that this is a 1, 2, 3. Now you get a 1, 2, 3 like that, and then it gives you the 1, 2, 3 that will go and retest that top before the drop. Okay, so either way, because there's a clean move to the downside, we don't know if this move is going to take us up first before it comes down, or if it's going to go from here. So either way, you take this trade when it sets up here. You're going to move to break even when you get to that level, and then you let it run free if it's going to come down. If it's going to come up here and take you out, it's going to take you out for no loss. Right, so that's US dollar JPY, EURJPY. EURJPY, similar structure as pound JPY. it has made a 3-wave pullback. You see, yeah, let's show this in the lower degree. This is 1, 2, 3 pullback, and then a 1, 2, 3. Now you've got a pulsing move to the downside. Are we going to get a correction here? If we get a correction here, we're taking this all the way down to this level. But like I said with the pound pair as well, you need to take cognizance of the fact that this has got more than one possibility, and then this possibility can be this one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, giving you a WXY. But that does not worry us because this move is very easily tradable. We'll take it up, we'll take it down. Okay, either way, it will come down back to that level. Okay, that is EURJPY. If you wanted, somebody asked me to go into detail on EURJPY, but I've already done. I can't imagine any more detail than what I've shown you the last couple of weeks on this pair. If you wanted a count on this, it's very complex though. But if you want to take a screenshot, this is what US dollar New Zealand. This is what EURJPY looks like. Okay. So maybe a move to the downside, up, maybe down before we go to the Z. Okay. Right, so let's switch this off. This is the higher time frame, so you would be getting a move like that one. Okay, that's EURJPY. Do the rest of the yen pairs. Chief will be similar. So Chief, you've got one. Let's just do this here. So Chief, you've got 3-wave move up. 1, 2, 3. Now you're making a 1 and a 2 here. Will it do this one and this one? Give us another 1, 2, 3 here. That will be a WXY move. All of this will be a big corrective structure. All it's making is a correction for this move. Whichever way it comes, and I'm expecting this one, it should be big because this is a big move. So that's what we'll be looking at here on Chief. Okay, so just note that I'm showing you here with these moves with annotations. When you take the trades, everything is pinpointed to the people with FIBs, and we use FIBs differently. Everything about what we do is different. Right, so that is Chief, AUDJPY. AUDJPY, we've got a passing move to the upside. So AUDJPY, you actually have a 3-wave move up, and this move is not aggressive at all. You've got 1, 2, 3 here. You've got a pulsing move here, so you need to see what happens here. This can take you one more up like that. If you get this correction building up like this here, okay, then it'll take you down. All right, so that's AUDJPY. So you need to wait and see how all this correction plays out. If you look on this one here, you may need to look at this. It can take you up like that. AUDJPY. Before we do CAD, let's do New Zealand. New Zealand is the same. This one has not broken this top, but we've got a 3-wave move up. 1, 2, and we're going to make this one and this one. So we need to see how this one plays out. So to know which one, you wait for this. Then you'll take it down here. It's very corrective at this stage, so to take a trade here may be a bit risky. But if you've got the right strategy for it, you can. All right, so if you're looking to take any yen pair, I think US dollar JPY is the cleaner one with a clearer structure. Now looking at CADJPY. CADJPY, also a pulsing move here to the upside. May just come here and retest this and come down. Okay, but wait for it to do this. If this does not happen, it can even do this and come back down. But if it does this and break up here, then you're gonna wait for a move to be this big. And that will be a 3-wave pullback for a further move to the downside. Okay, right now, looking like a V pattern here. Okay, If it's a V pattern, it's going to give you a 3-wave pullback to the upside. All right, so that's CAD. Just remember this pullback here is just a 3-wave correction for further move to the downside. CAD pairs should be bearish in the next week based on the moves that we saw on Friday. So that is CADJPY. I think we've done all the yen pairs. We've done all the yen pairs, and now we can look at the pound pairs. Let's start with pound CAD. One of those 10 lot size trades, one of those trades that had to go. Okay, this is 4 hour. Right, so you can clearly see that you had 1, 2, 3, and then in the blue box, that is our blue box, in the blue box, and now you're reversing. All you're gonna wait for now, wait for a corrective structure. May not come back all the way. It can just do a 3-wave pullback. If it does a 3-wave pullback and starts doing that, it can give you this move again, But I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting that it will now go to that level minimum. Okay. We've got a nice pulsing move to the downside, but you don't go at market open and just sell this. You don't sell the impulses. Wait for correction. That is pound CAD. So this is a good example of how we trade WXY and one of those 10 lot size trades. Similar to pound AUD, I said this last week as well, that you're almost guaranteed that this move was going to come from here and it's going to come and reverse in the blue box, and that's what you got. Right, so there's a possibility here, if I have to switch this off. We are in the blue box, right? We're in the blue box here, right? So we expect that after the blue box, we're going to get a reversal. So the blue box can be a reversal or just a reaction. So here we are in the blue box, but this looks, this structure looks corrective. You've got 1 here, you've got 2 here, you've got 3. So this can give you a 1 more move up, and that will give you WXY. Exit. You trade the exit the same way. Either way, we're going to take the move to the downside. Either way, we're going to take it to the downside. So keep an eye on this one. So what you're going to wait for is a corrective structure and take it back to that level. All the pound pairs are looking downside. So this is the only one that has got a structure that shows that it may still get 1 more up. Okay, but don't be surprised if this does this and just goes straight down. Okay. That is pound AUD, pound CAD we already looked at, pound CHF. Pound CHF already out of this structure, out of this 3-wave structure, 1, 2, 3 there. Now we're looking here. So similar to the other pairs here, so let's see what is going on here. Some traders were expecting that this will bounce up for a flat correction, but that structure does not look like it's gonna bounce. It looks very corrective. It's a move up, down. If it does this, then we're carrying on with the move to the downside. So wait for this structure to complete, or even this one to give you a flag, because we're still going further down on pound CHF. Let's just go to the daily here. Okay, so this can still come back down to this level. Okay, can still come down pretty much. So if you look at this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can get a 4 in yellow, 4 in yellow, a 4 in yellow, and then a 5. So that's why this can still push higher, lower and lower. Okay, so that's why I'm looking for continuation to the downside. So now we just need to complete this wave 5 in red. So you look for this correction here. So just be careful if you're not in this trade and you want to take this trade here, that soon you're going to be bouncing for a wave 4. 1, 2, 3, and this wave 4 should be deeper, even deeper than this one, and then a 5. Okay, that's what that one looks like. you're getting a nice pulsing move to the downside after a corrective structure. Okay, and this was your correction here. All of this here was a correction. So now you just need to get this one here. If you get this deep correction, that is going to take you back to that level. That's a lot of pips to the downside. Okay, that's exactly what we're looking at on pound US dollar as well. All right. That's pound chief. Which one else? Pound New Zealand. So pound New Zealand. Pound New Zealand, I don't know if I showed this fractal last week or this similar pattern here last week. I think I did. Look at this pattern here on this leg. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now this down move is being confirmed by the latest move that we got on Friday. So this one here, let's use that bus pattern again to show the two moves. See here, this move is exactly the same as this one, but currently this move here is here, is here. So we want this drop, we want this drop. So let's go into the lower time frame and see if we've got any confirmation of a drop. We should, because we're expecting the pound pairs to go down in the next week. Let's go 4 hour. 4 hour, you can see you already have a reversal. Not convincing at this stage. You need to get something like this. If this breaks here, we're coming down for wave 5. Okay, and that will confirm that structure that we're looking at. That similar pattern, 1, 2, 3. You already have 1, 2, 3 there, and now we're looking for this move to the downside. That is pound New Zealand. Okay, any other pair, any other pound pair that I have not looked at? I looked at pound chief, CAD, AUD, New Zealand. I think that's all right. And then we're gonna look at the euro pairs. We'll start with euro pound. Let's switch everything off here. So euro pound, you're looking for this 1, 2, 3 here and this complex structure here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 up. Okay, now you've got this 1, 2, 3 down here. You've got 1, 2, 3 down here. Now you may be getting another 1, 2, 3 down here like that. Let's see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 up there, and then back down here before we go back, because we still want to retest this top here. Okay, but for now, this is not the clearest one you want to trade, because you still need to complete this 1, 2, 3 here. We'll have to give you a flag here. Okay, not the cleanest one at this stage. Let's do the rest of the euro pairs. EURCAD. EURCAD. Let's check that quickly. So Corso says euro in wave 4 way to do the territory of wave 4. Absolutely, that's absolutely correct. So this is not going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be a WXY exact. Okay, well spotted. WXY XZ. In any case, that is all 3 waves. This 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be an 11 swing sequence. Well done. Okay, well done, Corso. Good. Right, so this move, last move here, you're going to trade it the same way that you trade any other WXY. Okay, so that is pound New Zealand. I was looking at, what was I looking at? Euro New Zealand. Okay, Euro New Zealand, similar to, so this one actually qualifies to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? No, it actually doesn't, because this one breaks the top here. Okay, so this is the structure that we're looking at here on Euro New Zealand. You've got 1, 2, 3 here. We're looking for this to make a 1, 2, 3 there. So these structures, these two structures, we want them to be the same. So if we're getting a drop here, we're going to wait for continuation to the downside. But the euro looks like it's going to go up in the next week. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out in relation to Euro US dollar if we are forecasting a down move. So let's just look a little bit closely here. Actually, the next move here on the 4-hour looks like it's still going to push a further move to the upside. So short-term move to the upside. You see here, you've got a corrective structure. You're going to take it up further in the next week before we get the drop. Okay. So next immediate trade is to get a push higher here. That's Euro New Zealand. Trade it easy like that. Euro AUD. Euro AUD. Okay, Euro AUD, you see this is similar to what you have on Pound AUD. You've got a 1, 2, 3 move up and a correction. This looks incomplete, like you're gonna get one more up here. Okay, we know that the rest, we're looking for the pound to go down, but we're gonna have to see how this plays out for them to have similar structures and the correlation. Right now, this looks like a 1, 2, 3 move to the downside, and we are going to get a push higher, giving us a 1, 2, 3 move there. Let's do it clearly. A 1, 2, 3 wave move there, and a pullback here, and another 1, 2, 3 wave move and a pullback, giving you this as a WXY move. So it looks like Euro and Pound AUD may have one push up before we come down. Okay, so we're gonna need to see how that one plays out. Keep an eye on it. Whichever one you get, it's gonna confirm. Right, so Euro AUD, just make note that we are looking at this bigger diagonal here that has already broken to the downside. Just look at that. There's a diagonal here that ticks all the boxes. That's a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. 1, 2, 3. This 4 has not broken there. So if it comes into that territory, it's going to break. And that will no longer be a wave 4 anymore. It will change the structure, but the bias will be the same. So we'll see which one it gives us. Okay, if it goes into the blue box here, it's going to invalidate the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 count. Then I'm going to label it as something else. Okay, let's switch this off because it looks like you're getting a slight bit of continuation here. Okay, that's Euro AUD and my favorite pair, EURCAD. So EURCAD, we have been trading this correction. So we trade corrections as well. And if the market trends 30, only 30% of the time, and you can't master corrections, that means that you're going to be wrong 70% of the time. So here you've got a clear 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when this made the first lower degree here, 1, 2, 3, and it moved down here like this, I wanted to sell if I got a confirmation for downside. There was no confirmation. The market opened with a gap to the upside, and then it started doing that and dropped. So when it did that, it was making a simple 1, 2, 3 wave structure. Let's do it cleanly. My tool is just misbehaving a bit. 1, 2, 3. Can you see that even gaps are part of market data, price data? So when it did this one here, we knew that we had to get another move to the upside. One of those 10 lot size trades that I was showing you in the beginning when I was doing the recap on this one. Okay, so it had to come and take the blue box, and now we're looking for this to correct and back here. That is if it does not give you a higher degree, a WXY. So there's two things. It can give you a WXY, or it can give you a higher degree one. But either way, we're going to know if it's going to give you a higher degree because we'll see which one starts here at the bottom. Okay. if it's going to be a high degree one, we're going to have this move here starting here, right here. This smaller degree here starting here. Okay, a Z will be the same structure as the X. This one will be bigger than the WX. Right, so but to avoid complication, if you're not very clued up with the wave theory, just wait for this in the lower time frame in the 1 hour. Take it down. EURCAD, that's EURCAD, EURAUD we've discussed, New Zealand we've discussed, pound, EURCHF. Okay, EURCHF is a little bit interesting. So it looks like we will be going up on EURCHF in the week ahead, but only just this move here, giving us this 1, 2, 3. Okay. Same as the theme for the euros to have slight moves to the upside. So this is what this one looks like. Push down, maybe, and then up. You can see here we've got a corrective structure, so this can push a little bit more down before it pushes higher. Okay, that's what we're going to be looking at. Down, up, breakout, and that. Okay, that's EUROCHF. Right, so that concludes all the US dollar pairs, pound pairs, yen pairs, euro pairs. We can look at some of the AUD pairs. Let's look at AUD New Zealand and some of the CAD pairs as well. AUD New Zealand. So this one is a little bit tricky. We had a 3-wave pullback here. Let's just fix my mouse here. We had a 3-wave pullback. 1, 2, 3. Are we going to get an X move here? Let's see what is happening here. We've got a pulsing move up. We've got 1, 2. We've got 1, 2, and this one looks corrective here. So this may push up here for an ABC move. So we're going to update this as it goes, because this ABC move can make another ABC down. It can make another pulsing move down, and we can get further move to the downside on this. Okay, but the next move here for the next week, for the next trading session, is to wait for a correction and a push higher, because it looks like it wants to break this top. Okay, so if it comes down here with this move, with the impulse, we're going to be looking to target this area to see if we're going to get a bounce first before we go, or if it can even just go further. I'm more inclined to get a bounce first before we go down. Okay, unless this is going to do this. See, the number of possibilities either way will let us what the market is going to do. Okay, so that's pound New Zealand, pound CAD, all the CAD pairs. We're looking for a reversal here. They may even gap down at market open when we come. Is Irish pair, yes. Come down here. So we'll be looking for this structure here. So next trade is to look for it to come down to this level and see if it's not going to give us another one like that. Okay. That's pound CAD, New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD. We have not done silver and gold, so let's do New Zealand CAD and do silver and gold. Where's my New Zealand CAD here? So New Zealand CAD has got a very interesting structure. It's one of those structures that most waivers don't like because it's not straightforward. I mean, how do you label? I mean, I've brought this chart up so many times and I ask, how would you label this chart like this? And this is the kind of charts that we master, these complex corrections like this, you see. And just because I've got a lot of letters here doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. You need to understand what is going on with this, because a lot of people get excited with a lot of letters on the chart and not question the content. So we are looking for this WX, and then there's a Y move that we're still looking at here. So we're still looking for these to come down like the rest. This is the daily, so this move is not short. Come down with this move up, retest, and give us this corrective structure here. So that means that this will then be the X. This will then be the X before we go to the Y. See, let's switch it off. So when you are in our group and you've got any count on any pair, this is the stuff that we assist you with. This is the stuff that I like, the complex stuff, the stuff that most don't like. So this will be an A, B, C move here. That's what we're going to be looking at. So the drop here, if we go to the 4 hour, looks like we're getting that drop. Similar to what we're having with all the CAD pairs, they've all done this. Let's just hope that they don't come down with a gap or they don't open with a gap. Otherwise, you will not get these moves here. But either way, if you don't open with a gap, you leave it alone. You wait for it to confirm. Okay, if you don't get it, then just leave it. Okay, so that's what it looks like. We're going to be looking for it to come at least back to that level before it starts going up again. I don't think it will go all the way down. It will come down with a 3-wave move. Okay, so let's do gold and silver. Okay, so gold and silver, I've just posted this correlation on TradingView, just so we can have a look at so what happened here. I don't know what happened here. My labeling here is gone between gold and US dollar. Okay, does not help me. Oh, here it is. This labeling here. Okay, let's see. I don't know why the bars are not loading. You can see here, this is all labeled. But when I load it up here, it does not want to bring the numbers, so it does not help. So I'm just going to look at gold. I know what's happening here. Maybe it's a TradingView issue. But anyway, let's look at gold. Let's see. Okay, somebody says visibility icon. Let me see if I can do that. Let's see. On my left, where is that? Which one is the visibility icon? This 3 hours ago. Let's see. Eye looking icon, the one that looks like an eye. On the left, I can't see it. Where? On the profile picture, where? Will it be on the profile picture? On the original chart, okay. Okay, right, okay, great. So let's look. Excellent, thanks guys. You guys are a great bunch. Thank you. Right, so this is what I was looking at here. So the correlation between US dollar and US dollar JPY. So we all know that the gold and the yen are regarded as the safe haven currencies. So they will be correlated, as you can see here. We've already done a analysis on US dollar JPY. We are looking for it for US dollar JPY to drop slightly and then carry on with this move to the upside. Okay, so we had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move on US dollar JPY. You cannot see the 2 here on gold here, 3, 4 here, and then a 5 that truncates. And now we're getting this ABC move on gold. We're also getting the ABC move on US dollar JPY. Okay, so there's still continuation to the downside on gold. So let's go back. We're gonna keep playing this every week to see how it's playing out. It's on the daily, so it may be a bit slow. So let's look at gold. in the real chart. Gold. Right, so gold, you're only going to look for continuation. One, two, three, but this is correcting here. You may get a push higher, giving you a three-wave pullback. So this is not going all the way. It will be going same way as all the other US dollar pairs, all the pairs that are paired with the US dollar. We're looking for pullback on all of them. So it's not clean as well. So it will, if it gives us a three-wave pullback like that, okay, this actually looks like a not even an expanding flat there or a regular flat there. You can be getting this move here. So look at this one here on this leg. There's actually a distinction here on this leg. This leg has a pulse here, and you're looking for this to push higher. If this is a move like this, okay, right. So a little bit of a push higher on gold, but not the cleanest one to trade at this stage. You rather want to wait for it to give you a clear three-wave structure. Similar to what it did here 3 times. I actually forgot. I wanted to show you how our trend lines. I'll show you next week as well. You see this nice three-wave structures, You wait for them to play out. When they're done, they will give you the big move to the downside. Here, you may be getting another one like that. When it's done, you're getting a further move to the downside. We're taking it down. Okay. So just any three-wave pullback, you're taking it down on gold. Right, silver. Silver, you had 1, 2, 3-wave move to the upside. This 3-wave move could have ended here. If you get another, okay, 1, 2, 3, this could be another 1, 2, 3 here. If you get something like that, you're going to be getting a move like that, giving you this WXY here move. You can see this is going to be corrective structure for further downside. Okay, so that's what you're looking at on silver. Which pair have we not done except for oil and the cryptocurrencies? Okay, so let's look at oil now. US oil. Beautiful. Look at that nice spike. That's why all those CAD pairs dropped. Okay, I was not trading oil, I was trading the CAD pairs. So those who trade oil directly should have gotten that move, because when this started this year, 3 weeks ago, I said this was going to end with a V pattern, especially when it was doing this move. You can see I put this trend line even before this happened. So I'm looking for a wave 4 there. Let's look at this one in a 4 hour. So oil is a very easy pair to trade, because what you're having here is a 1 pullback, giving an A, B, C move that ends with a V pattern there. Ends with a V pattern, and now you're looking for upside. So you need to get another corrective structure. You can come and take this top here. So now the question is whether this year will be all of wave 4. So this may do this. Right? It may do this and come down 1 before it goes, and that will make a regular flat. Either way, it's not going to change the structure. So if you are not in oil and you are late, you are not going to just jump in here. You're going to wait for it to give you a corrective structure, something similar in size as this one here, and you're going to take it up here. Okay, take it back up to this level, because there's a possibility for a down before we go, making this a regular flat. That's oil. Right, so let's look at some of the indices. Oh, CADCHF. Let's look at CADCHF. CADCHF. Let's look at CADCHF. CADCHF looks like this structure is approaching its end. No, this cannot be the structure. Let's have a look here. Let's try to see here. Yes, something like that. The structure that does not exist. Okay, so look out for CADCHF to come down to this level, and that will require this. That will make this to be the same length as that. It's actually a sub corrective structure here. So look for it to come and retest the bottom. So any corrective structure here, you wait for any corrective structure. It's not ready to go up yet. Corrective structure, you take it down. You take it down. Okay. Let's look at S&P 500. Yes, pound US dollar is already done. Okay, so now let's look at S&P 500. Let me see if I can show you the daily structure here. This is actually wave 4 that we are looking at, and this is becoming more. It's supposed to be going a bit more sideways, which it is. So let's have a look and compare with the other indices on S&P 500. So we have been looking for this to break out of here and come and retest there. Okay, it has broken out, come into that level. Now it has made this drop. If it starts correcting like this, then we are going to get a move similar to this one, giving us this 1, 2, 3. Okay, that 1, 2, 3, we still have that 1 that will take us up there. But besides that one, that is the move that is being corrected here, is this one here, 1 and then 1. So you can see that we can still have a lot of sideways movement on this pair in the indices here on this S&P 500 to build up this wave 4. And it actually makes sense because this is the wave 4 in the higher degree. So if it goes even more sideways, that's even better for upside. Then after that, you're going to be expecting the last move in the wave 5 in blue. Okay, so now let's look in the lower degree to see if we are getting confirmation of this red move to the downside. Let's look at the red move to the downside. I'm going to clear and go 4 hour. Are we getting a convincing move to the downside? It looks like we are going to get this correction here. If we get it, then we're going to take it down. Okay, so wait for this corrective structure to take it down. Right, let's try even the 1 hour. You can see it's dropping with gaps. Gaps for me are impulsive moves. Move down, 1. So this correction can be also a little bit deeper, but whatever will be happening here will just be a correction for further downside. That is S&P 500. The NASDAQ, let's go back to the daily or the 4 hour. The NASDAQ is building up a structure above the previous high. So last time we wanted the NASDAQ to break here and reverse. Is that going to reverse? If this is a corrective structure, the NASDAQ has made only a running flat here for a wave 4. So which means the wave 4 on the NASDAQ would have been completed like that. It would have been completed with this WXY move, and we are now already on our way to that blue wave 5. then that's what it looks like. It looks like this is a lower degree 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to get a bigger correction for further move to the upside. So the NASDAQ looks like it has already completed its move. Okay, so let's just go back 1 to S&P 500 and see if there's a possibility of that completing its move. I don't see it on the S&P 500. It needs to come down. Looks like it's going to come down because it's going correctively as well. Unless it's a 1, 2, because this structure also does not exist. So we cannot look at this as a completed pattern. So that's why I want it to come down. I want it to go up, down before it goes. Okay, so let's look at UK 500. UK 500, right. UK 500, 1, 2, 3, clear structure. Look for correction here. You are going to get a move to the upside, definitely. So UK 500 has got a very clear structure. You are going to get this move. It has made a, it's actually in the blue box. Let's take this off here. Okay, not really. Not really in the blue box. It's not there yet. But if you get a correction here, you're taking it up. Unless it makes this move here. This is 1, this is 2, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, so either way, that will still be a 3-wave pullback, and then we're going to take it to the upside. Okay, so it has not reached the blue box, but the structure looks good for a 3-wave pullback, which is acceptable. Okay, we can accept the structure. Okay, so that is as the UK 100 or the FTSE. Nikkei. Nikkei is making this flat correction here. You gotta move 1, 2, 3 down. Up here, does not quite take there. We're coming down here with this one. So there's a possibility for this one to come down for one more before we go up. This one, unlike the NASDAQ, still needs to take the top here, this top. And a corrective structure like this can get it there. Okay, so that's what we'll be looking at. Otherwise, this has only made an ABC move. ABC. Will it make another ABC move? And one down and one up? That's what we need to see. But the next immediate move is to get this correction to play out for a further move to the upside. That is Nikkei, the DAX. Same, we've got a 3-wave move. Okay, we need to confirm that we're going to get a retest of this one here by getting a pulsing move to the upside. Only a pulsing move will confirm. A pulsing move and a flag will confirm that we're going back up. Otherwise, if you get a flag here, then this will change the structure, and this will have now been a 1, 1, 2, possibly 3 back up and down before we go up. This structure, okay, big correction, which is what we want for all of them. We want them to have big corrections because this wave 4 on all of them. The blue wave 4. All right. I don't know why I still don't have the Nifty on my radar. I know a lot of people prefer an analysis on the Nifty. I should add it to my watch list. Let me do it now. It's done. Right, so this is correcting here. It can come in and retest that top, even without doing this one. So it can go straight there and retest. So when it gets to the top, I'm expecting a move back before it goes. Okay, so the Nifty is up. That's why even the stocks are up. The stock that I showed you, Sun Pharma, is up. So here you've got a clear flag. You can take this one back to that level. Okay, that is Nifty. Now let's look at the cryptocurrencies. See, a lot of cryptocurrency traders have been very quiet lately. So we said last week that this needs to either test this one here or test this one here. We're on the second one. Why do we want that? Because we've got a swing from high to low here. There's a swing from high to low, and whatever is happening now here is correction, sideways correction. So how is this playing out? We're now looking at this. We looked at it as a pulsing move to the upside, and we're looking at this to make a 1, 2, 3, and then an up move before we get another move to the downside. Okay, let's see if we're gonna get a reversal here to come and retest that top. So, but it will retest this one here first. If it does that one, it will change the structure slightly. But this is the one that I've been looking at all along. Okay, let's draw it cleanly so it does not become confusing. So we've got a pulsing move to the downside. We've got a pulsing move that starts the correction, and we're looking at this correction to be a three-wave move within the red. Okay, so that will result in a structure like this. That is the first structure. Second one is if we've got that red, this is the same red that we're looking at, and this one in green does this structure here, up, down. Instead of this going all the way there, it only comes back up here and come down. So either way, it will not change the structure. We will still expect the red move to go up. So you see the different scenarios in which the structure can play out. This is still that yellow move from the right at the top to the downside, and then we'll expect a move down here. We'll expect a move down here, depending on how this plays out first. Okay, so let's see if we're gonna get some, okay, it's actually right there on the critical level. Let's see if we're gonna get a pullback. Litecoin. So Litecoin is tricky because it has already broken the low, but breaking the low still does not validate the fact that this can still make an expanding flat like that. Expanding or a running flat is still possible, whether it comes back only to this level and go down, or whether it's going to come and retest here and go down, whether it's going to break it and go down. Either way, this structure will be valid and similar to what we have on Bitcoin. Okay, so what are we waiting for now? To get some kind of a reaction higher on all the cryptos. Let's see if we've got any indication of that. Okay, see my RSI is out. Let's just put on my RSI. Okay. There is no sign of reversal at this stage, no divergence, nothing. So this may keep going down. So let's see. So if it keeps going down, then that means this is a W, and this is an X, and this is the Y. Okay, then if that is the Y, that means you'll be looking for this to come back to this level here, to keep going down around the 20, just below the 25 area. Okay, so keep an eye on it and see. If you don't get a reaction higher, that's what you're going to look out for. Right, so that's Litecoin and Ethereum. Yes, it's possible. So because Ethereum has broken the low, Bitcoin may also break that low as well. Okay, so Ethereum still behind the others. So let's see if it's going to come and break here, or have a reaction higher like that, and then move to the downside. Okay. So let's see if we get bounces here. Otherwise, this can just keep on going down. But you can see that this is not a clean move to trade to the downside, because this looks very corrective. Down, pullback, down, pullback, down, pullback. You can't be trading something like this. Every time it gets a corrective structure, it pushes down. So eventually this should break to the upside to get us the structure like that, like that. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. So that is Ethereum, and lastly, Ripple. Let's look at Ripple. Where is my Ripple? Ripple has not broken the low as yet. 1, 2, but this one looks like a running flat within Ripple. See, can actually qualify to be a running flat, and this Ripple could already be making this move, but it's not aggressive. So we may be looking at this as a W, W being this 1, 2, 3 wave move, X, and then another 3 wave structure before we go to the downside. Next immediate move without complicating it is to wait for this to retest here, and get a bounce. That will take it back to this level. Okay. All right, guys, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. That's all I had for you this week. Please like and subscribe to the channel and share the videos as well. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next week. All the best for the week ahead. Hope you make lots and lots of money. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.